Barbaric attack. President Trump vows justice for West Virginia National Guard members.
Of the National Guard serving in Washington, D.C., were shot at point-blank range in a monstrous ambush-style attack just steps away from the White House. They had been deputized as part of the most successful public safety and national security mission in the history of our nation's capital, the D.C. Safe and Beautiful Task Force, which has achieved an unprecedented reduction in violent crime and crimes of all type. This heinous assault was an act of evil, an act of hatred, and an act of terror. It was a crime against our entire nation. It was a crime against humanity. The hearts of all Americans tonight are with those two members of the West Virginia National Guard and their families. The love of our entire country is pouring out for them, and we are lifting them up in our prayers. As we are filled with anguish and grief for those who were shot, we're also filled with righteous anger and ferocious resolve. As President of the United States, I am determined to ensure that the animal who perpetrated this atrocity pays the steepest possible price. I can report tonight that based on the best available information, the Department of Homeland Security is confident that the suspect in custody is a foreigner who entered our country from Afghanistan, a hellhole on earth. He was flown in by the Biden administration in September 2021 on those infamous flights that everybody was talking about. Nobody knew who was coming in. Nobody knew anything about it. His status was extended under legislation signed by President Biden, a disastrous president, the worst in the history of our country. This attack underscores the single greatest national security threat facing our nation. The last administration let in 20 million unknown and unvetted foreigners from all over the world, from places that you don't want to even know about. No country can tolerate such a risk to our very survival. An example is Minnesota, where hundreds of thousands of Somalians are ripping off our country and ripping apart that once great state. Billions of dollars are lost, and gangs of Somalians come from a country that doesn't even have a government, no laws, no water, no military, no nothing. As their representatives in our country preach to us about our Constitution and how our country is no good. We're not going to put up with these kind of assaults on law and order by people who shouldn't even be in our country. We must now re-examine every single alien who has entered our country from Afghanistan under Biden, and we must take all necessary measures to ensure the removal of any alien from any country who does not belong here or add.
Tonight, the nation is in mourning. A tragedy has struck the heart of America's military community, and the president has spoken. In a shocking and heartbreaking turn of events, two members of the West Virginia National Guard have been the victims of what is being called a barbaric attack. President Donald Trump has just released a powerful statement, vowing swift justice and promising to make America safe again. Welcome to FameFlash. Today, we are covering this developing story, the president's strong response, and the nation's reaction to this senseless violence. First, let's talk about what we know. The West Virginia National Guard, men and women who sign up to protect their community and their country, are tonight dealing with a devastating loss. Two of their own were targeted. While we are waiting for full details on the exact nature of the attack to be released by authorities, the impact is already being felt across the country. These are soldiers who are often the first to help during floods, storms, and emergencies. To see them attacked is something that has shaken the entire state of West Virginia. Families are grieving tonight, a community is in shock, and a nation is asking, how could this happen? President Trump did not mince words. In a statement released tonight, he addressed the families directly and issued a stern warning to the perpetrators. Let me read you his exact words. The hearts of all Americans tonight are with those two members of the West Virginia National Guard and their families. He went on to say, We will make America totally safe again, and we will bring the perpetrator of this barbaric attack to swift and certain justice. This isn't just a statement of condolence, it is a promise. By using the word barbaric, the president is highlighting the cruelty of this act, and by promising swift and certain justice, he is signaling that the full force of the law will be brought down on those responsible. This tragedy brings up a major conversation about safety in America. The president's phrase, "We will make America totally safe again," resonates deeply right now. Attacks on service members are not just crimes, they are attacks on the very fabric of the nation. Whether you are a Republican or a Democrat, tonight everyone stands united behind the families of these two brave members. Law enforcement agencies are currently working around the clock. The manhunt for justice is on, and with the president's spotlight on this case, you can be sure the entire country is watching. As we wait for more updates, we ask you, the FameFlash community, to keep the families of the West Virginia National Guard in your prayers. These heroes serve us every day. Today, we must stand with them. We will keep you updated as the story develops and as justice is served. Please leave your comments in the comments below. I'm your host, signing off. Stay safe, everyone.